3 mistakes that keep creatinine high. Fix these today. Your kidneys work every minute to clean your blood. But what if your own habits are quietly slowing them down? High creatinine levels often show up before real kidney symptoms begin. The mistake is not your doctor or your diet alone, it's what you do in between. In this video, you'll discover the top 3 mistakes that keep creatinine high and practical ways to lower it naturally. Watch closely, the second one will surprise you. Let's start with the first hidden culprit millions rely on every day: protein overload from healthy sources. Most people think protein is always good for the body, especially when they are trying to build strength, lose weight, or stay healthy. But too much of it, even from clean sources like grilled chicken or protein shakes, can quietly push your creatinine levels higher. Creatinine is a natural waste that forms when your muscles use energy. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering it out through urine, but when there is too much protein in your diet, they have to work harder to remove the extra waste. This can create long-term stress on the kidney filters, especially if your filtration rate is already on the lower side. Research from Johns Hopkins University found that people who eat a high-protein diet often show elevated serum creatinine levels, even when their kidneys are still working normally. It means the number on the report can look alarming even before any real kidney damage occurs. Over time, though, this constant overload can become a real problem because your kidneys never get the rest they need. Think about it like overloading a washing machine every day. It might handle it for a while, but eventually it wears out. Many Americans follow high-protein meal plans without realizing how much strain they are placing on their kidneys. Eating eggs in the morning, chicken for lunch, and a protein shake after a workout can sound like a healthy routine. But it can raise creatinine because the body has to process all that protein, breaking it into smaller parts that become nitrogen-based waste. That waste turns into creatinine, which then depends entirely on kidney strength to be cleared. Even so-called healthy protein powders can become harmful if used every day. They are convenient, but most of them contain added amino acids or creatine. Once creatine is digested, it turns into creatinine in the blood, which increases your reading on lab tests. Some people start worrying about their kidneys when they see a spike, not realizing it could be their supplements creating the problem. Have you ever looked at the label on your protein powder or energy bar to see if it lists creatine or amino boosters? If not, that might be the reason your levels have not improved. A better approach is to balance protein intake according to your body's actual needs. For adults with mild kidney concerns, a safe range is around 0.6 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. This level gives your body what it needs to maintain muscle while preventing excess buildup of creatinine. The key is not to eliminate protein, but to choose gentler sources that produce less waste. Plant-based proteins like lentils, quinoa, chia seeds, and beans create fewer nitrogenous byproducts and come with fiber that supports digestion and reduces inflammation. A Harvard Health Nutrition review found that people who switched from heavy animal proteins to moderate plant proteins experienced lower creatinine and better hydration status. The reason is that plant proteins are digested more slowly and don't flood the bloodstream with excess amino acids. They also carry antioxidants and minerals that protect kidney tissues from oxidative stress. You can pair these foods with anti-inflammatory sides like sautéed spinach, olive oil, or a sprinkle of turmeric to make each meal more kidney-friendly. Replacing daily whey shakes with smoothies made from almond butter, oats, and hemp seeds is another smart step. This combination still provides the amino acids your muscles need, but without overwhelming your kidneys. You can also eat wild-caught fish like salmon or cod twice a week instead of eating chicken or beef every day. Fish has omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation inside blood vessels, allowing better circulation to the kidneys. These small swaps can make a big difference in how your kidneys handle waste. There is also a big misconception that more protein automatically means more strength. The truth is, the body uses only what it needs and gets rid of the rest as creatinine. When you eat more than you require, it does not make you stronger. It just gives your kidneys more work to do. On the other hand, cutting protein completely can cause fatigue and muscle loss, which also hurts kidney function because weak muscles break down faster and release more creatinine into the bloodstream. The balance lies in giving your body enough protein for repair without creating excess waste. One more thing to keep in mind is the timing of protein intake. Eating large protein meals late at night can raise overnight creatinine levels because kidney function slows during sleep. Try having your main protein portions earlier in the day when kidney filtration is most active. You can also include plenty of fiber and fluids with your meals to help the body eliminate waste more efficiently. So, the real goal is not to avoid protein, but to use it wisely. Choose lighter sources, avoid over-supplementing, and pay attention to how much your body truly needs. Have you ever noticed that your energy feels better on lighter meals compared to heavy protein days? That's your kidneys thanking you for the break. The next big mistake that keeps creatinine high might be sitting right on your kitchen counter. It is not food, but something millions of people sip all day without realizing its effect. Now we move on to the hidden risk of dehydration from excess caffeine and low fluid timing. Before we continue, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what kidney concerns you're trying to manage right now. If you're working to lower creatinine naturally, make sure to subscribe to Kidnease and turn on the notification bell. And if this content helps you, type 1 in the comments or 0 if it doesn't. Your feedback truly matters. Most people think drinking more coffee or energy drinks helps them stay alert and productive, but very few realize how these habits can raise creatinine levels in the blood. Caffeine works as a mild diuretic, which means it makes your body lose water faster through urine. When you lose more water than you replace, your blood becomes more concentrated, and creatinine levels rise even if your kidneys are still healthy. The kidneys depend on steady hydration to flush waste products out of the body, and when water levels drop, those wastes stay in the blood longer than they should. Over time, this can make blood test results appear worse than they really are, creating unnecessary concern and pressure on kidney function. Studies from the National Kidney Foundation show that dehydration not only raises creatinine concentration temporarily, but also affects how efficiently your kidneys regulate fluid balance. The kidneys have a natural rhythm. They work more effectively during daytime hours when your body is active and your metabolism is higher. If you skip water during those hours and drink large amounts only at night, it confuses that natural rhythm. The kidneys may struggle to handle the sudden fluid load before rest, leading to poor filtration and fluid retention in the legs or around tissues. A balanced hydration routine helps the kidneys maintain a consistent flow of blood and waste filtration throughout the day. The ideal hydration window is between early morning and evening hours, because that is when kidney circulation is strongest. The general guideline is to drink about half your body weight in ounces of water each day, adjusting for activity level and climate. For example, someone weighing 160 pounds should aim for around 80 ounces of water daily. It sounds simple, but many people forget to space their fluid intake evenly, causing long periods of mild dehydration followed by sudden heavy drinking at night. Another factor that adds to the problem is the amount of caffeine consumed from coffee, tea, or energy drinks. Caffeine increases alertness by stimulating the central nervous system, but it also speeds up fluid loss through the bladder. When your body loses electrolytes and fluids too quickly, your kidneys have to work harder to maintain the right balance of sodium and potassium in your blood. This extra workload can make creatinine appear higher in test results. The Mayo Clinic Laboratories has found that dehydration from caffeine can mimic the symptoms of mild kidney disease, such as fatigue, swelling, or darker urine, even when there is no structural kidney damage. Limiting caffeine to under 200 milligrams per day, roughly 1.5 cups of coffee, is generally safer for kidney health. Some people are more sensitive and may need even less. Herbal teas like chamomile, hibiscus, or rooibos are better options because they contain plant antioxidants that support blood vessel health and kidney filtration without overstimulating the bladder. Replacing one daily coffee with lemon water or fruit-infused water can also help balance body fluids and improve hydration. In clinical observations, people who made this simple switch showed lower creatinine and improved urine output within a few weeks. Energy drinks can be an even bigger issue than coffee. They contain high levels of caffeine and creatine, the compound that breaks down into creatinine during metabolism. This combination gives a double hit to the kidneys by increasing both creatinine production and dehydration at the same time. Many pre-workout supplements also contain creatine to boost energy during exercise, but this can lead to false high readings on lab tests and unnecessary stress on kidney filtration. Have you noticed that even after drinking coffee, you still feel tired and thirsty later in the day? That feeling happens because caffeine removes water faster than your body can absorb it. When dehydration sets in, your kidneys cannot filter blood efficiently, leading to a temporary buildup of creatinine. Skipping water through the morning and trying to make up for it in the evening only makes this worse. The body's filtration system performs best with steady, moderate water intake rather than sudden floods of fluids at night. Adding natural electrolytes can help improve hydration without overloading your system. Coconut water or homemade citrus-infused water gives the body sodium and potassium that help maintain cell balance. However, pre-packaged sports drinks often contain too much sugar, which can cause the opposite effect by drawing water into the intestines instead of sending it to the kidneys. Even though they seem hydrating, they may increase overall stress on the filtration system. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that thirst means they can wait and drink later. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already mildly dehydrated, and the kidneys are working harder than they should. Chronic low hydration affects the delicate nephrons, which are the tiny filters inside the kidneys responsible for removing waste. Once these filters are stressed repeatedly, they become less efficient over time. Maintaining hydration throughout the day prevents this stress and keeps creatinine levels in a healthy range. To keep your kidneys performing well, try starting your day with a full glass of water before coffee. Continue sipping water steadily every couple of hours rather than taking it all at once. If you exercise or live in a warmer area, increase your intake slightly to replace what you lose through sweat. It is not about drinking excessive amounts, but about maintaining a rhythm that supports natural kidney function. If you're finding this helpful, please take a moment to like this video. It might seem small, but it helps Kidnease reach more people who want to support healthy kidney function. If you think others could benefit too, hit that thumbs up now. Next up is something less obvious but incredibly common. It is a mistake many gym goers and wellness enthusiasts make without even realizing it. We are moving forward to the problem of overuse of creatine and herbal supplements. Creatine and herbal supplements have become a daily routine for many people trying to stay fit or energized, but few realize how these products can quietly raise creatinine levels in the blood. Every scoop of pre-workout or energy blend often contains creatine monohydrate, a compound that naturally turns into creatinine during muscle metabolism. When the body already produces enough creatine from amino acids, adding more through supplements creates extra metabolic waste that the kidneys must filter out. Over time, this constant overload can raise serum creatinine and make blood tests look worse than they truly are, especially when hydration or rest is not balanced. The Cleveland Clinic found a noticeable rise of over 20% in creatinine readings among people using unregulated or stacked supplements. The problem is not only the creatine itself, but also how it interacts with other compounds in these formulas. Some of these blends mix creatine with caffeine, taurine, or amino acids that increase muscle stimulation. This combination pushes the kidneys to filter both metabolic byproducts and stimulant residues at the same time, increasing the strain on filtration units called nephrons. When the nephrons work beyond their capacity, waste stays in the bloodstream longer, creating a misleading picture of kidney function. Many people assume herbal supplements are always safe because they are natural. However, several herbs interfere with enzymes that support the detoxification process. St. John's wort, for example, affects the way kidneys handle certain medications, leading to higher creatinine and altered drug clearance. Ginseng and licorice root can raise blood pressure slightly, which changes how blood flows through kidney vessels. When these herbs are taken daily or combined with workout powders, they can quietly disturb the body's natural balance. The University of Michigan Health System found that misuse of herbal and sports supplements is one of the leading causes of false creatinine elevation among adults under 40, showing how common this mistake has become. Have you ever noticed that some supplements labeled as detox or energy support list dozens of ingredients you can hardly pronounce? Many of those ingredients are plant extracts that are far more concentrated than what you would get from real food. The body does not always process them smoothly, and this creates unnecessary stress for the kidneys. Detox teas or liver cleansing capsules can have the opposite effect when used too often. The concentrated plant compounds they contain may force the kidneys to overfilter, especially if water intake is low or the body is already fatigued from exercise. Creatine itself isn't harmful when used correctly. Athletes who train at high intensity may benefit from short cycles of creatine for muscle performance, but it is unnecessary for those who exercise moderately or are simply trying to stay active. The body naturally produces 1 to 2 grams of creatine per day, which is enough to support normal energy metabolism. When more is added from supplements, it gets converted into creatinine and has to be removed through the kidneys. This can make it difficult for doctors to know whether a higher creatinine level reflects real kidney strain or just the effect of supplementation. A safer approach is to focus on whole foods for recovery and energy. Bananas and oats restore glycogen after workouts, while nut butter provides steady fuel through healthy fats. For people feeling constant fatigue, foods rich in B vitamins such as eggs, avocado, and leafy greens help convert food into energy without putting any extra pressure on kidney function. These nutrients also support liver enzymes that break down waste more efficiently, keeping both the kidneys and the bloodstream in better condition. Labels can be tricky, and many people do not realize that different products often share the same active ingredients. Using a pre-workout powder, an energy drink, and a recovery shake in one day may seem harmless, but this combination can triple the amount of creatine, caffeine, and amino acids your body has to handle. This creates additive stress and can cause dehydration or false elevations in blood tests. To stay safe, it is better to look for supplements that are certified by organizations such as the National Sanitation Foundation or the United States Pharmacopeia. These certifications verify purity and prevent the inclusion of hidden ingredients that could harm kidney function over time. Another overlooked mistake is assuming that if a product is herbal, it does not interact with medication. In reality, herbs can change how drugs are absorbed or filtered. For example, combining ginseng with blood pressure medicine or licorice with diuretics can alter potassium levels and strain the kidneys. Always discussing supplement use with a healthcare professional is the best way to prevent unexpected side effects. Pausing all supplements for 2 or 3 weeks is sometimes enough to see creatinine levels return to normal, as found in studies from several clinical institutions. Do you use pre-workout or herbal boosters to get through your day? Have you ever checked how many overlapping ingredients they contain? Many people are surprised to find that their natural energy stack has compounds that double up without them realizing it. Understanding what your body really needs is the first step toward lowering kidney stress and improving overall well-being. Now we move to something completely different, a habit that does not come from a bottle or powder, but still strengthens kidney health naturally. It improves circulation, boosts filtration, and supports energy without chemicals. Stay with me as we shift our attention to the restorative benefits of gentle rebounding or mini trampoline exercise. Gentle rebounding, which means light bouncing on a small trampoline, may look simple, but it has a powerful impact on the body's natural detox systems. Each small bounce helps move lymphatic fluid throughout the body, which is one of the most important systems for removing waste, extra fluid, and toxins like creatinine. When the lymphatic system is active, the kidneys do not have to carry the entire load of filtering, which allows them to rest and function more efficiently. The repeated motion of gentle bouncing also increases microcirculation, meaning more oxygen and nutrients reach the kidney tissues, helping them flush waste more effectively. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin observed that just 2 weeks of gentle rebounding improved lymphatic flow and kidney function markers in participants who were previously sedentary, showing how even small movements can trigger big internal benefits. This exercise does not require any special training or heavy effort. You can start by bouncing very lightly for about 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. The key is to keep your knees slightly bent and your core muscles engaged to protect your joints and keep your balance steady. There is no need for big jumps. The gentle rhythmic motion is what encourages the movement of lymph fluid. Pairing this movement with slow diaphragmatic breathing increases oxygen flow, which helps your body clear out carbon dioxide and other waste more efficiently. Breathing deeply also calms the nervous system, which can lower cortisol levels, another factor that supports kidney health by reducing internal inflammation. While rebounding is safe for most people, there are a few mistakes that can easily cancel its benefits. One common error is doing it right after eating. This can interfere with digestion and create unnecessary pressure on the abdominal organs. Another mistake is staying on the trampoline for too long. Bouncing for more than 15 minutes can cause muscle fatigue and may temporarily raise creatinine levels due to increased muscle activity. Using an unstable or overly soft surface is also risky because it can shift balance and put pressure on the knees and ankles. A low, firm mini trampoline with a steady grip handle is the safest choice for beginners. Beyond supporting kidney filtration, gentle rebounding offers more wide-ranging advantages. It lifts mood by increasing endorphin release, helps reduce daily fatigue by improving blood oxygenation, and promotes better lymph drainage, which keeps the immune system active and resilient. Many people who start this practice notice that they feel more refreshed and energetic, even on days they do not rebound. The combination of movement, circulation, and oxygenation creates a lightness in the body that reflects better internal function. Have you ever tried any form of light rhythmic exercise that made you feel more energized within minutes? You might be surprised how much just a few minutes of rebounding can change how your body feels throughout the day. Now that we have gone through all the major fixes and one truly effective bonus habit, it is time to bring everything together in a quick, practical checklist that you can start using right away. First, balance your protein intake and choose more plant-based sources to avoid unnecessary creatinine buildup. Second, stay hydrated during the day and keep caffeine moderate to prevent dehydration-related spikes. Third, pause or limit creatine and herbal supplements unless they are certified and medically advised. Finally, try gentle rebounding for a few minutes several times a week to boost circulation and kidney filtration naturally. Fixing these simple mistakes can help your kidneys function better and naturally lower high creatinine levels. If this video helped you understand how to bring down creatinine safely, don't leave without subscribing to Kidnease. And if you feel this advice gave you real direction, type relief in the comments. I'd love to know it made a difference for you.